Hey guys, it's Natalie with Natalie Destiny Wellness. I am driving to the gym right now, and I had something placed on my heart yesterday while I was talking to my best friend. Shout out to my best friend in Houston. You know who you are. Just having a conversation with her about relationships. Now, I never really talk about this. I was married for almost 11 years. Everyone knows I have 3 kids, but what I don't talk about is the dynamics of my relationship, because I always want to walk in integrity and hold the other person up in a good light. However, in order to speak my truth and tell people about my experience, I have to come in a place of authenticity. So that's what I plan to do. So in 2016, I made the decision to leave my marriage. And it took a very long time because it was a toxic relationship, because what I didn't realize was that I am an empath and very sensitive. And going into a relationship not knowing who you are and waiting for somebody to complete you is a disaster in the making. You know, when people say, oh, I just need you complete me, or you make me everything. No one can complete you. The only person that can complete you is the God that lives in you, period. So going into a relationship not knowing who I was and what my needs were, I gave everything to this person, and it wasn't fair. I dealt with a lot of depression and anxiety, and so in that, the relationship shifted. Instead of a husband and wife relationship, it turned into a caretaker relationship, and it turned into a different dynamic. The goal for me was always to be healthy and happy and free, but because it started out on the premise of me being broken and him being the rescuer, when I wanted to step out of that role of broken, he didn't know how to handle that, because that was the roles that we created. And when it came to wanting to change that, he didn't know how to be anything other than a rescuer. It came to the point where my sensitivity was he looked at it as a liability and didn't want to accept that. And having 3 girls who are sensitive and intuitive, they're the same way. So it was my job to pick up and leave, because what I realized was that people, my friends, the people that I love, relationships, the people that I date, they have to align with who you are and uphold you and love you in a healthy way. And if they don't, then you have to make changes. So I decided to leave, and it was one of the hardest things I've ever done, because, you know, as an empath and being sensitive, and I was very codependent, I never wanted to hurt anybody's feelings, huge people pleaser, even at the expense of me not feeling well or being at my best. So leaving was very hard. So decided to leave. When I did leave, what I didn't realize is that you can physically remove yourself from a relationship, proximity-wise, but when you're so ingrained in a way of being, mentally, you can leave physically, but mentally, you're still stuck in that relationship. You're still stuck in attracting the same type of person. And even though I left this marriage, I realized that I was still attracting the same person with a different costume. It was the same person. Because what I didn't realize was that, yeah, you can leave a toxic relationship, but if you don't work on the mindset and the inner workings and the dynamics of how everything played out and your role in it, do that soul work, you will continue to attract the same person over and over and over again. And, you know, I'm coming to you in transparency. That is exactly what I did. So how do you make that leap? How do you physically leave a relationship that doesn't serve you and purge mentally? Because if you don't do that, that person will continue to come into your life, like I said, with a different costume. So I was talking to my friend, and the word that dropped into her soul was purge. You can purge somebody out of your life physically, but until you make that shift mentally in the role that you played and how it played out, and I keep saying it, you will continuously attract the same person. And I don't know about you, I don't want that. I do not. I want to attract someone who's going to love me, uphold me, not look at me as a liability because I'm sensitive. No, my sensitivity is amazing, because that is what serves me. It is what gives me intuition. It's what helps me be who I am. So ladies, if you're out there and you're in a relationship that doesn't uphold you, lift you up, serve you to your highest being and calling, you know, think about what it would take to physically leave the relationship. And then you have to do the work of figuring out why you attracted that type of person and how you what it will take to not attract that type of person, but not even focus on it that way, because what you focus on grows larger. So work on you being happy, healthy, and whole, and not needing to look to somebody else for your happiness or your peace or your financial stability. Because that, again, is another huge lesson that I learned. I gave so much of myself away, and financially, you know, don't give things away that somebody can use to control you. That was a huge lesson. And it's a lesson that I give my girls, and I show them, like, you know, some family members will say, hey girls, make sure you marry a rich man. And that's fine. If you got a rich dude, great, happy for you. But there's something about having your own, working towards achieving your own financial stability and your own happiness. Because guess what? No one can take that from you. That's yours. You work for that. So on this Saturday, ladies, if the person doesn't love you for who you are, uphold you, and hold sacred space for everything that you are, it's time to take a look and see if you need to do some purging. Happy Saturday. I love you guys. Have an amazing day. And until we speak again, be well.